So the principle of prevention, there are two ways to prevent the diseases. One is general way, another is specific way. The general ways of preventing infection mostly relate to preventing exposure. Okay? For airborne microbes, we can prevent exposure by providing living conditions that are not overcrowded. It means we should not go to the crowded area to reduce the airborne diseases. For waterborne microbes, we can prevent exposure by providing safe drinking water, or the water should be treated to kill the microbe. To prevent the vector-borne diseases, we can provide clean environment. This would not allow, for example, a mosquito to breed. So public hygiene is one of the basic key to prevention of infectious diseases. Okay, don't go to the crowded area to reduce the airborne diseases. For the waterborne diseases, we should have to prevent waterborne diseases, we should have to take the clean drinking water. Okay, and to prevent the vector-borne diseases, there should be the environment clean. So these are the general ways. Public hygiene is one of the basic key to reduce the infection or to prevent the infectious diseases. There are some other general principles to prevent infectious diseases. If someone is suffering from cold and cough, so the children who is sitting around will be exposed to infection. And who will suffer with the disease? Who is having weak immune system. Because the immune system of our body is normally fighting off microbes. We have cells that specialized in killing infected microbe. These cells go into the action each time infected microbe enter the body. If they are successful, we do not actually come down with any disease. The immune system manages to kill off infection the functioning of immune system will not be good if proper and sufficient nourishment and food is not available. So the second basic principle of prevention of infectious diseases is availability of proper and sufficient food for everyone. So to make the immune system strong, what should we have to take? We have to take the balanced diet. So this is the second basic principle to prevent the infectious diseases. Another is specific way. Specific way is vaccination. Okay? They relate to peculiar property of immune system that usually fight off microbial infection. In these days, there is not any case of smallpox in the world, but 100 years ago, smallpox epidemic were not at all uncommon. People used to be very afraid of coming near someone suffering from the disease, since they were afraid of catching the disease. There was one group of people who did not have this fear. Why? Because they are having smallpox. These people would provide nursing care for the victim of smallpox. This was a group of people who had smallpox earlier and survived. If anyone is having smallpox disease, the person which treat that infected person, they already have exposed to infection of smallpox and by chance they survive. They only treat to the infected person. Others will not, because that disease was epidemic at one time. Okay. Now, how this thing happen? If one is having that disease and survive, they will not get infection again. This is because when the immune system first sees an infectious microbe, it responds against it and then remembers it specially. Okay. So the next time that particular microbe or its close relative enter the body, the immune system responds with even greater vigor. This eliminates the infection even more quickly than the first time around. This is the basis of principle of immunization. Okay? When first time a disease occurs or infection causes microbe enter the body, our immune system learn the pathway, how it enter our body, and when the second time it enter again, it fight with that microbe vigorously and eliminate it. So this is the base of principle of immunization. So 2 centuries ago, Edward Jenner, he realized that smallpox is epidemic. Okay, he had seen that cowpox is a mild disease. Okay, and the person who is having the cowpox, they will survive and they don't have smallpox. So what he do? He is deliberately giving cowpox to people and found that they were now resistant to smallpox. This was because the smallpox virus is closely related to cowpox virus. From here, cow means vexa and cowpox is vaccinia. So the vaccination word come now. Okay, how this word come? Vaccination, because of cow means vacca and cowpox is vaccinia. So we can fool the immune system into developing a memory for a particular infection by putting some dead or weak microbe in the form of vaccine to the organism body. This does not actually cause the disease. These dead or weakened microbe which we inject through vaccination into the patient body, it does not cause the disease. Only our immune system will remember how this microbe enter, and how the immune system have to fight to remove this microbe from the body. This does not cause the disease, but this would prevent any subsequent exposure to the infected microbe from turning into actual disease. Many such vaccines are now available for preventing whole range of infectious diseases. There are vaccines against tetanus, diphtheria, whooping cough, measles, polio and many others. These form the public health program of childhood immunization for preventing infectious diseases. Some hepatitis virus which cause jaundice are transmitted through water. There is a vaccine for one of them, hepatitis A, but the majority of children in many parts of India are already immune to hepatitis A by the time they are 5-year-old. This is because they are exposed to the virus through water.